So that's my idea. I think it's a good one. You should use it or ignore it. Your eyeballs. Hey, it's Philomena. I'm doing an unboxing today for a kaleidoscope class I'm teaching for some little kiddos. I got this kit from Oriental Trading. I bought 2 kits. I never know how many kids I'm going to have in my class, so best to buy a little bit more, I guess. So it comes with these tubes that look like toilet paper tubes. I'm sure you could use those if you have them at home. It comes with paper straws. It comes with these metal strips. And it comes with a bunch of instructions. Oh, and a disc. There is a disc. That's what you make the art on. And look at all these instructions they give you so you could hand it out to each person. Though, as we'll see, the instructions maybe leave a little bit to be desired. You decide. So I'm just here opening everything. And I made this series of tutorials because I see a lot of art tutorials on how to teach one person at a time, but what do you do when you need to teach a large group and you are sometimes the only adult in the room? What are you going to do? So that's what this series is. When you see me looking up, I'm just looking up at the camera. This does not come with Scotch tape. You need to have your own Scotch tape. So here I am reading the instructions, and the instructions say find the shiny side. As far as I can tell, they're both shiny sides, and here you'll see me doing this wrong, thinking, about to tape this in the wrong way. No, don't do that. Don't do it. Zooming in on what not to do. This is wrong. But sometimes my hands need to move in order to get my brain to move. Is that you as well? Oh boy, so yep, that's wrong. That's me trying to figure out, okay, what did I do wrong? And then it comes to me, it's a triangle. Try 3. I need 3 of these strips. You need 3 of these strips, and yes, I counted. They do give you enough of those. And so putting 3 of them side by side by side. Yep, me counting. Yep, that seems right. And this will get fingerprints all over it. Even though my hands were clean, it's got pretty dirty. I'm using like an eyeglass cleaner to take some of my fingerprints off. I don't really think it's gonna matter, and the kids are gonna, touch them quite a lot. So now 3 of them together, and then you'll tape, and you'll see me make another mistake in a little bit, but this is the first part. Yep, we want to tape 3 together, try to get them lined up, and the kiddos are gonna do what they're gonna do. But as you'll see later, I have this idea for trimming these a bit, so stay tuned. Later on, I'm gonna talk you through that. Yay, there it is, triangle, hooray. Yep, that's the idea. This is wrong, don't do this. Nope, don't put tape on the back, please. This is me thinking I was being smart. Nope, Hands moving, getting the brain to move. Okay, so then I take that tape off. Blammo. All right, back to, yep, that's the right way. Just like that, little teepee. Get to teach kids about triangles. And you can see even mine isn't perfectly aligned, not a big deal. Yay, hurrah. So then that fits into this cardboard tube. It's actually sturdier than a toilet paper roll, but it's pretty good. Here's the thing. I think we should cut those plastic bits, that shiny bit down. I'll talk about that in a bit. So here is the paper straw, and the instructions are to tape it to the outside of the tube. Gonna do that. Reading instructions, thinking, taping. Okay, you'll see take that tape off because these discs. So this is the disc that the kids will make the artwork on. Please focus. Here I just have that's a color swell marker. You can see it's not very black. Pretty old marker, I'm sure. That's Color Swell. It's like the cheapo version of Crayola markers. We'll be using Crayola markers with the kiddos. So here I brought out some more markers. And, oh, and there's a dead marker. Throw that away. Thank you. Get rid of the dead markers. Okay, and back with the Crayola black is much blacker than the Color Swell. You can see, sorry about the focus thing. We're all just trying to focus here, aren't we? So then I'll go along and I will color this in. I won't make you sit through all of this. I will instruct the kiddos on 2 of the quadrants. So there's a little math for the kiddos, little quadrants, putting this into 4 pieces. So I'm going to instruct the kids in 2 of the quadrants to do something specific and in the other 2 to do whatever they want. And the specific thing is I'm going to have 1 quadrant that looks like all of the designs are warm colors, so your reds, yellows, oranges, and 1 quadrant where you're using all cool colors. And the design itself doesn't really matter, but there's a little art lesson, little color theory about cool colors and warm colors that I'm gonna have the kids use. So I'm not gonna have you sit through all of that. There. Okay, so you can see I have a warm side, a cool side, and then whatever else they want. Now here is some trouble. So you take out that little center and try to get it to go onto that straw. Oof, that's tough. I took off, I untaped it, and then I tried. So this may be a point where you're gonna have to help the kiddos. Even I bent that straw a little bit, eventually got it on, didn't matter. But I think it's smarter to tape it on after. So even though the instructions say differently. And if you look real close, you'll see that metal, the triangle, sticks out a bit. See that? That makes me worried. I think but look how cool it, come on. That's so cool. Yay. Cute. Okay, so finished project. I think it's pretty cool. So where the kids are gonna get caught up taping these metal pieces together, and the instructions keep saying the shiny side. As far as I can tell, they're both shiny sides. I don't know. So taping those together, those are going to be a little bit of a struggle, but that's okay. Motor skills. So that's an issue. Also an issue is that you better make sure this is pushed in all the way, because if it's out a little bit like that, I think somebody's going to hurt themselves. So I may have my kiddos put a little tape in there or something, or instruct them that it has to be all the way against this spinny bit. Other thing that's troubling, maybe problematic for little kiddos, is getting this straw into that hole. I understand you want it tight so that it'll spin, but that was a little bit hard. I bent the straw a little bit. It was fine, but be prepared to help kiddos with that. Be prepared to help adults with that. So it was pretty cool. I think I ordered 24 of them. I never know. There was 2 packages. I never know how many kids are coming to my class, which is a challenge, but here we are. But I think this is fun. I think adults and kids can do this, and I set it up so I can teach about warm colors, reds, yellows, oranges, and cool colors, blues, purples, greens. And there's enough wiggle room that kiddos can make up their own designs. I'm not telling them exactly what to do, which I think is important. It's got engineering, it's got fiddly bits, it's got creativity, it's got a little danger, I will say. But I liked it. I would love to know what you think if you've done this project or projects like that. Dulcie Dog, the parakeets, and I all thank you. I'm standing in my art studio. If you haven't seen the video of me organizing that, be on the lookout for that. Sending you a lot of love. Thanks for subscribing and doing all the things. Go make some art. Bye. Amendment. I've had a brilliant idea. I'm going to have the kiddos cut this a little bit. Or maybe I'll do it beforehand. I don't know. But I might have them snip this, make these a little bit shorter, Because if it's a little bit shorter, it will tuck in here and be less likely to have an eyeball incident. So that's my idea. I think it's a good one. You should use it or ignore it. Your eyeballs. Yeah. And another thing, you know, the early finishers, the ones who finish so quickly, have them decorate the outside of the tube and have them decorate the other side of the disc, and then they can flop it back and forth, maybe. So early finishers, yeah, that's what I would have them do. Decorate the outside.